Wow, hey, would you look at that? It almost kind of resembles sunshine out here. It's been raining all week, and again, all day today. I took you guys on a walk this morning back into the creepy part of the swamp, and now I want to do something just for me, and that's go for a little walk and look for some afternoon birds, turtles, spring stuff, but I also want to give you guys a channel update. And let's talk about those dirty, dirty Leafs. Couldn't even win against the Panthers. Couldn't even pull it out. So as you can see, the swamp is right full of water. And I do have wood ducks nesting in here and some mallards. I don't see any of them right now, but if we do, we will definitely grab some photos. And I want to talk about this ditch system out here at the end of the road. So last night, my neighbor Bo, he lives down here at the corner. He's got a big, huge pond in his yard. He called me and he said, "Oh, you know, the wife's pregnant." Yes, I know. She's 9 months pregnant. And he says she's out at the culvert pulling sticks out because it's clogged up and the pond is overflowing. So I told him, I said, "Don't worry about it, man." I said, "I'm right in the middle of a Leaf game, but as soon as the intermission comes on, I'm going to run down there and I will help Tara. I will unclog the culvert." So Tom and I went down and we looked, and the water was actually going right across the road. And so I'll show you guys. Tara was all panicked because people had pulled up and they were actually moving turtles off the road because the pond was overflowing. The turtles were everywhere. It was chaos. So Tom and I got it straightened out. There wasn't really much blockage in there, but we've had so much rain that the pond is just at a level where it's overflowing. So this will actually be a test for the new phone because it's very windy out here. And I find the audio is one of the weakest things on this new Samsung S23. I find it's almost like it's switching between microphones, and the audio it's got a distance problem. It doesn't stay at the same level. It's in, it's out. And I don't know, at first I thought it was only when we were in dual camera mode, director mode, and you guys are getting both views. I thought, well, maybe it's got a front and a rear microphone. I don't think that's the case because I've heard that weird anomaly many times with this new phone, and I'm hoping Samsung comes out with a firmware fix or something because it's definitely not as good as the 3-year-old S20. So there's Bos Pond behind me, and I can see a bunch of turtles on this little floaty dock that he's got here. We'll see if we can get a photo of it. Well, most of the turtles made a break for it, but there's a couple left there. So Bos Pond is pretty cool. In behind there is the main swamp that runs behind my house and another great big pond there. And I think what's happened is the back pond is what's overflowing his pond right now. We get wood ducks, mallards. He even gets otters in here. In the spring, there's always a couple of otters that stop by and swim in here for a few days. So that's the situation at the pond. I think it'll take care of itself. Just with a couple of days, the water level will come down. And until then, all of us in the neighborhood keep our eyes on it. Keep a rake handy. Keep those culverts unplugged. Let's talk about this Leaf game last night. You know, I'm not really sure what to think about this game because there were a lot of good things happening even though we lost. Okay, so I want to say the Leafs actually came out with some fire, a bit of speed, a bit of truculence. They actually threw some hits. Tkachuk got put on his ass twice. Really good hits, really open ice, put him down. So the Leafs did show up for the game, and they actually played the first 15 minutes pretty solid. You know, I think that they were outplaying Florida the majority of the first period. And there were sections in period 2 and 3, they also outplayed them. You know, and on paper, the Leaf team is the much better team. So, was I really concerned? No. Did I like the outcome of the game? No. I liked what the Leafs were showing and doing. I think the main problem is our defense is a little weak. You know, we got some older guys, some slower guys. That's going to be a problem. Another problem is the goaltending, right? If Samsonov gets injured, hurt, or tired, we don't have anybody that I trust to back him up. You know, Tom says, oh, Murray came back off injured reserve yesterday. I said, okay, that's great, but I don't want to see him. Don't put him in. Because I think the last 15 games of the season that he played in, and it wasn't 15 straight, he was injured quite a bit. His goals against average was like 4.08, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So not good stats. Yes, Murray has won championships with other teams, but he's not my guy. I don't trust him. So the Leafs can't just show up periodically or when they're behind and fighting to get back in the game. They've got to show up right from the opening whistle and play 60 hard minutes. And if you do that, our skill level is better than Florida's. We should win this series. It is starting to rain again, so I didn't get any photographs in sunshine. I was hoping there'd be some deer down here. So this is the old man, old farmer Hazard's place. He's like 95 and he has this big beautiful garden every year. He works out here 30 degrees. You see him out here working 5-6 hours in the sun. I mean, this guy, he's lived to be 95 because he works hard. He knows how to work. And he feeds the deer back here. He's got a deer feeder. So I was hoping there'd be some deer, but there are not. Oh crap, here comes the rain. Here comes the rain hard. No, my camera, no. Ah, there's a new neighbor moving in here. I wanted to show you guys. She's got a really cool truck there. I was gonna go take a photo of it. Not in the rain, no. Oh yeah, I've actually got to hide the camera. It's really coming down now. Kind of hide under a couple of maple trees right here. There's no leaves up there. There's no protection. Who was I to think that I could go out and get 20 minutes of a walk in without the rain? It's just not gonna happen. Oh, that's cold down the back of my neck. I will show you somebody who does appreciate this rain. Yeah, right there. Spring daffodils, loving the rain. All right, I gotta make a break for it. It's not stopping. It's wet. My camera gear's wet. Luckily, the phone is waterproof. That is the one great thing about filming with the phones. I don't think the turtles mind the rain too much either. I just get home and here we go. The sun's back out. Or trying to come out. But I think that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you a bit of an update, and I'm not going to play this game with the weather. I'm going to take my wet gear inside, dry it off. I may do an update tomorrow depending on how the Leafs do. Stay tuned. I'll catch you guys in the next adventure.